Sponsored by the Big 98, Nashville's #1 for new country and the home of the Bobby Bones Show.
I know how much you enjoy being a part of the cast of Monarch and being, the Patriarch as Albie. And it seems like you've really embraced this. And I saw in an interview, Trace, to where you said this is kind of a melding of several, obviously, country music legends that you've known and been around over the years, such as Waylon Jennings, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's a traditionalist, outlaw kind of guy, and does his own thing and doesn't worry about, whether he's cutting against the grain or not. And he's not terribly unlike me. So I just kind of I say the words that they want me to say, and myself and Albie kind of, it's not a stretch.
Well, and once again, though, speaking of great stuff, you've had over 11 million albums sold, 20 number 1 hits, and being a Grand Ole Opry member. How do you balance all this? Because you're still making appearances on the Grand Ole Opry. I remember years back seeing you on a great presentation for the Country Music Hall of Fame. You're a busy man trying to juggle all this, Trace.
I stay pretty busy, but it's better than an alternative. I'm having a ball. My career has gone on for 26 or so years now, and I'm still having fun, and my voice is still holding up, and I'm just enjoying the ride, and I'm just going to keep going as long as it'll last.
Well, can you give us any hints on any of the other country music stars coming out of Nashville? We've had Martina McBride, we've had so many others that you've obviously worked with and shared the stage with. Anybody else that you can let us know that's going to be coming on Monarch?
There are several that I could let you know, but they don't want me to. They want to keep that on the DL and just let that be surprises every week. But pretty much every week we have somebody come and do a guest spot. So there are more to come.
Well, and it seems very natural with you on stage on Monarch compared to seeing you on stage here in Nashville. Some of that is not a stretch. And certainly you've done a lot of acting in other TV shows and movies and voice work. But Monarch seems like it's kind of in your wheelhouse, Trace.
Yeah, like I said, it's not really a stretch. And when I got the script and I looked at it, I thought, okay, this is something that I can probably do. This is a character that I can probably pull off and be somewhat believable, because I know, to borrow a line from Clint Eastwood, a man's got to know his limitations, and I know mine. I'm not an accomplished actor. I'm not schooled. I've never had acting lessons, so I have to be pretty particular about the roles that I choose, and it has to be something that I think I can just naturally do, and this was one that I thought I could pull off.
Well, did you ever dream when your dad got you your guitar at 10 years old and your first guitar lessons that you would eventually be on Fox Network nationally on Monarch, like a TV show like this?
I never would have allowed myself to dream anything like that. Just being on the Grand Ole Opry is something I never would have allowed myself to be. To dream and to be a member is another thing. It's just, my whole life has been a series of unexpected dreams that have come true. And it's been a wild ride, and I've loved most of it.
You're doing a great job, and we love seeing you on the show. Trace Adkins, thanks so much for coming on, and keep bringing us Monarch.
It was my pleasure. Thank y'all.
Sponsored by the Big 98, Nashville's #1 for new country and the home of the Bobby Bones Show.